Was good, cuz? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm bringing you guys an updated NFC East predictions video. You guys have been asking for updated predictions since I've made them a couple months ago, and today you're going to get it. We are going to do my updated NFC East predictions. Who is going to win the division this time after free agency, after the draft, after all the things have been done? Is it going to be the Giants, the Eagles, the Cowboys, or the Washington football team? Leave your predictions down below. If you guys are excited for the video, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. I would greatly appreciate it. But without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's get it.
Minika, watch me on Twitch, ooh, I'm streaming. I'm on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, red button beaming. Let's get that sub count, take over YouTube, ooh, we teaming. My content so high, ooh, yeah, I'm steaming. Ooh, yeah, I'm steaming, red button beaming.
Okay, everyone, just a quick couple of notes before we jump into the predictions for the 2021-22 season. What I'm going to be doing for each individual team, how we're going to do this based on my first predictions video that I made for this division. I am going to go in order from least to most wins. So that would start with the Eagles in this case. We're going to talk about each individual team when we get to them, talk about the record I gave them in the first video, and then talk about some of their draft additions and free agency additions that they made going into next year, if there are any notable ones. Then we'll look at their schedule once again, give them updated rankings, updated predictions on their record, and that's going to be it. So with that being said, we're going to get things started with the Philadelphia Eagles, who I had in last place between these four teams in the first video at 6-10. Once again, that was with a 16 game schedule. Now there's going to be 17. Let's talk about some of the additions that the Philadelphia Eagles did make in the offseason. The biggest one, no doubt, is going to be drafting Devontae Smith with that 10th overall pick coming out of Alabama, getting Jalen Hurts, that #1 receiver to throw the ball to. Another notable addition for this team in free agency is going to be Anthony Harris, who's a safety that comes from the Minnesota Vikings. They signed him in the offseason. That's going to help out their secondary a little bit. They signed 4-time Pro Bowler Ryan Kerrigan, who's going to bring some leadership to this squad and hopefully some trouble on the defensive end of the ball as well. Lastly, they signed Joe Flacco as a backup. That's really the only other notable addition for them. Don't know how much Joe Flacco is going to be playing. I guess if Jalen Hurts does not perform well, they'll put Joe Flacco in. Man does have a Super Bowl title, so he could bring some veteran leadership to this team. We will see, but let's jump into their schedule. Okay, so you guys know the deal schedule on the screen now. We're going to go game 1 to game 17, give a little brief analysis of every game, maybe skip over some games if they're just a clear-cut winner. We will see. Not going to give too much information. Don't want to make this video super long, so we're going to get things started. They're going to Atlanta in week 1, and I say they lose this game. Going to Atlanta in week 1, not going to be giving the Philadelphia Eagles the win here. I think the Atlanta Falcons offense is going to be ridiculously good. We'll have to see what happens with Julio Jones, but I think he is going to stay. They don't have to trade him if they don't want to, but if he completely wants out, I guess they will. But they'll still have Calvin Ridley. They'll still have Kyle Pitts, Hayden Hurst. Matt Ryan is still a pretty suitable quarterback. I give the edge to the Falcons in the quarterback category there. And then I like what the Falcons are doing with their defense. They're fast. They're young. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do next year. I'm going to give the Falcons the win. Then they have the 49ers coming to Philadelphia, and a lot of people are going to be high on the 49ers next year. They did go to the Super Bowl 2 years ago, including me. I think they're going to be a good team. They were struck with injuries last year. I don't think that's going to be the case again this year, so that's why I'm going to give the loss once again to the Eagles. So the Eagles are 0-2 to start, and now you're going to be playing your first divisional opponent in week 3. It's going to be the Dallas Cowboys, so I'm going to give you guys a loss to, because you have to go to Dallas. When Dallas comes to you, we might split that. We'll have to see when we get there at what point of the season you guys play Dallas once again. And then you have the Chiefs at home, which you're not winning. 100% not going to beat the Chiefs. You're just not in their class, so unfortunately you're going to get 0-4 there. Not a lot of analysis there, just super easy. Chiefs are a better team. Then you have Carolina, and you're going to Carolina. Now, I originally thought Carolina was not going to be a good team next year because they had Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback. Didn't like what he did last year. But now they have Sam Darnold, who I'm higher on than Teddy Bridgewater. They got J.C. Horn in the draft. They have fast, young corners there in Carolina. Their defense is suiting up. And then you have guys like McCaffrey, Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore on the offensive side of the ball, excuse me. So I think you're going to get a loss there as well. You're going to start off 0-5, and then you have Tampa Bay at home. You're not beating Tampa Bay. Don't really have to go in depth there either, so you're going to be 0-6 to start the season. Then you guys are going to Vegas in week 7. You're 0-6. You're looking for a win, and I think this is a game you actually could steal here. I think you might get a win in Vegas because their defense is not good at all, and if Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith can have a very good game offensively, and you guys can contain that Raiders offense, I think you guys could steal a game on the road there. Gonna give the Eagles the win in Vegas. That game could go either way. Once again, I'm sure the Raiders will be favored in that one at home, but I think maybe you guys could steal that one, get your first win. then I'm going to have you guys winning 2 in a row on the road. I think you're going to go to Detroit and beat them as well. Think they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league next year, so I think you guys could steal that game on the road. So you're going to be 2-6 to start the season, but now you have the Chargers coming all the way to Philadelphia in this one. That's going to be tough for the Chargers to come across country and play this game. They might be jet lagged on the plane. I do like Justin Herbert. I do like all those guys on the Chargers there on the offensive side of the ball, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, those type of guys, and their defense is good. You got Joey Bosa, you got Derwin James finally coming back. So I think the Chargers would be the favorite here, even coming to Philadelphia, but I think this would be another one you guys steal at home on a cross-country matchup. Going to give you guys the win there, but I'm going to give you a loss in Denver. Now, you might be thinking Denver's probably a worse team than the Chargers, but Denver is going to be in Denver, and you never know. Maybe they get Aaron Rodgers, but going to Denver is tough for any team. You know, it's an advantage for the Broncos every time they get a home game against a team that's not in their division, not used to playing there. So I'm going to give the win to the Denver Broncos, makes you guys 3-7. Now, the Saints are interesting because you guys beat them in Philadelphia last year when they were definitely the better team. Now they don't have Drew Brees. They lost some pieces on the defensive side of the ball. They're going to be a worse team next year in my estimation, the New Orleans Saints. So I'm going to say you guys could steal this one. I think you're going to win this game at home. I think you're going to go 4-7 here. You have 6 games remaining. You're going to the Giants. That's going to be a loss. Maybe a split with the Giants, but you're not beating them in New York. You're 4-8. You're going to the Jets. Now, this is a game you guys could win as well. We're really going to have to see what Zach Wilson's going to be looking like at this point in the season because it's going to be late in December. This is a game the Jets could still win because I have high hopes for them. I know they're going to be a young team and they don't have a lot going for them, but I just have a feeling they're going to be, better than people think they are. And I think this is a game they're going to be favored at home in MetLife Stadium. You're going back-to-back weeks to MetLife. I think the Jets are going to get this one as well. So I'm going to give you guys a loss there. Get you guys 4-9. You're going to have a week the next one. So you're 4-9 with 4 weeks to go. So you haven't seen the football team all season this year. Now you're going to have 4 straight divisional games. And I think you're going to lose to the football team both times. Their defense is ridiculously good. Chase Young, Montez Sweat. They just got William Jackson from the Bengals. They have good corners. They have good linemen. They have good linebackers. This team is stacked defensively. Fitzpatrick's going to give them a little bit of a spark on offense. They got Curtis Samuel and McLaurin. That's a 1-2 punch. They have Antonio Gibson. Their offensive line's pretty solid for blocking. I think they're going to be a very good team next year. But I think in this matchup specifically, I don't know if they'll win the division. We'll have to get to their schedule. But I think in this matchup against the Eagles, I think they're just going to blow you guys out both times, to be completely honest. They're going to get 2 losses against the football team. That's going to make you guys 4-11. I think you're going to either split with the Giants or split with the Cowboys. I will give you the split with the Cowboys here. I think you're going to lose to the Giants both times. Again, they have a good defense and they have good weapons on the offense side of the ball. And I think the Cowboys, if their defense doesn't step up, if it's anything like it was last year, I know they got some extra pieces. They couldn't stop anybody. So I think that could be a shootout in Philadelphia. So overall, you guys are 5-12. So with the Eagles out of the way, we move on to the team that I had in 3rd place originally in my predictions, and that is going to be the Washington football team, who I had at 6-10 in my previous video, but they've made a lot of additions. I think this team is going to be much better than I had them originally at 6-10. We're going to have to see, but their notable additions are going to be guys like Curtis Samuel, give you guys a great 1-2 punch with Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel at the wide receiver position. You signed Ryan Fitzpatrick. That is underrated. Who's going to start is going to be Taylor Heineke, who had a great postseason game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Is it going to be Fitzpatrick? We'll have to see, but I think either way, you guys are going to be in better shape than you were last year starting with Kyle Allen or Dwayne Haskins and those guys. So I think you're going to get a spark at the quarterback position with either of those guys. So you improve there. Then you sign William Jackson from the Bengals. So your corners are going to be nice. That replaces Ronald Darby, who went to Denver. I think your team is going to be very good. You obviously have an amazing defense, and now you have Antonio Gibson still, decent O-line. I think you guys are going to be a good team next year. Let's get into the schedule. Okay, so week 1, you guys are going to get the Los Angeles Chargers. They're going to have to travel all the way to Washington in week 1, cross the country. That's not going to be easy. I said the same thing in the Eagles game, and now your team is significantly better than the Philadelphia Eagles, especially defensively. I think this is a game that could get ugly because I think both teams have a good defense. I think there's going to be week 1 jitters, week 1 problems. It's going to be sluggish. It's not going to be a very exciting game. I think it's going to be low scoring. I think the Chargers and you guys are going to have a defensive battle, and I think you guys are going to pull it out. I think you're going to go 1-0 in the first game. Up next, you're going to have the Giants in a primetime game on a Thursday night, and I think you guys are going to split with the Giants in this season. The Giants beat you guys both times last year, but I think this year is the year you split. You got some extra offensive firepower that you guys desperately needed in those matchup with the Giants, so I think you guys are going to go 1-1 with them. So I'm going to give you the win in Washington, give you the loss in New York when we get there. So you guys are 2-0 to start. You're going to Buffalo. You're just not going to win that game. Not a better team than the Buffalo Bills either, especially offensively with Allen and Diggs. The defense on the football team, though, could give them some trouble. It could be a low-scoring game, a little closer than I'm thinking it's going to be, but I'm going to give the Bills the win there, so you guys are going to be 2-1. You're going to Atlanta. Now, it's really high-powered offense and young defense against a pretty solid offense I think you guys are going to have and a great defense. Think you guys can steal this one. I think it's going to be a pick'em game if you guys were to gamble on this game. Again, I don't recommend gambling, but if you do, I think that would be the spread. I think it'd be like a 1 or 2 point spread, very, very close, only in week 4. I think you guys will probably have the same record or one game off at this point between you and the Falcons, but I think you're going to get this one. I think the defense is going to be enough. Matt Ryan has problems when teams could pass rush him and get to him very, very quickly. Who knows if the Falcons are going to be able to run the ball next year? If they can't, the ball is going to be in Matt Ryan's hands all the time. I think you guys are going to get this one in Atlanta. So you guys are going to be 3-1 going into week 5. That's pretty solid for the Washington football team, who I originally had at 6-10. Now you have a Saints team, which I don't think is going to be very good. I think you guys are going to have a better defense than them, and you might even have a better offense than them. I think you're going to be a better team than the Saints next year, giving you guys the win. Now you have the Chiefs at home. Don't think you're winning that game. I think the Chiefs are going to be all 4 teams in this division. You're getting the loss there. You're going to be 4-2. Now, the problem with the football team, the only thing that stinks is that you guys won the division last year, and I know you won the division. Why does that stink? But now you have to play all of the number 1 seeded NFC teams. So you did get the Saints, who won the division, which is actually a break because I don't think they're going to be as good as maybe the Buccaneers, so you don't have to play them. But you do have to play the Packers, and then you're going to have to play the Seattle Seahawks as well. Those 2 teams won the division, and I think they're going to be very good teams. So those are going to be 2 hard games for you guys. So I think you're going to get the loss in Lambeau. That's going to make you 4-3. Now, the Broncos game a little tied on because you never know if they're going to get Aaron Rodgers, and you don't know what that defense is going to look like next year with Von Miller coming back. You know, is Drew Lock going to be the quarterback? Is Teddy Bridgewater going to be the quarterback? I think it's going to be 2 good defenses going at it in a low-scoring game once again, and I think Ryan Fitzpatrick steals the win here for you guys. I think they're going to be just a little better offensively, the Washington football team. Maybe they can run the ball a little bit better with Antonio Gibson. We'll see, but I think you guys are going to get the win in Denver. That's going to make you 5-3 at the bye. So you wind up having to play Tampa Bay anyway because the NFC East is going to go up against the NFC South this year. So you're going to play Tampa Bay, New Orleans, all those teams anyway. So you're going to get the loss against Tampa Bay. Same thing. Tampa Bay and the Chiefs, I think, are going to sweep this division both times. I know the Giants gave the Buccaneers trouble last time in MetLife Stadium, but the Buccaneers are running back. They got the chemistry on point. They're not losing the Washington football team, Giants, Cowboys, any of those teams. It's 5-4 right now, giving you guys a loss against the Buccaneers. Now I think you're going to beat the Panthers. I think you have a better defense. I know you guys played last year, but this football team is basically a different football team at this point than when you guys played the Panthers last season. Giving you guys the win in Carolina, that's going to make you 6-4. Think you're going to lose to Seattle, who's going to come here probably on a mission, probably playing for their division lives right now, because that NFC West division is going to be stacked. That's going to be an interesting prediction video when we get to it, but I'm giving the Seahawks the win here. That's going to make you guys 6-5. Think you're better than the Raiders. Think you're going to get the win there. So you're 7-5 with 5 games left and 5 division games. So I think you guys are going to probably go 3-2 here to end, which is going to make you guys 10-7. I think you're going to split with the Cowboys, give you the win at home, give you the loss away. I think you're going to beat the Eagles, like I said, both times, and then you're going to lose to the Giants in New York. So that's going to be 3-2 to end. So the football team improves from 6-10 to 10-7. Okay, the third team we're going to talk about today is going to be the Dallas Cowboys, who had an 8-8 in the last video for you guys, and you're getting Dak Prescott back, so that's going to make that offense run at full strength. So I expect that offense to be really, really good, probably top 5 in the league. But your problem is defense, and you guys needed defensive players in the draft, and that's exactly what you guys did, getting 6 defensive players using your first 6 picks, on defense, including Micah Parsons, who's probably going to be defensive rookie of the year in my opinion. I think he's going to be great for you guys. But that's going to do it. So let's jump into the schedule. So you guys are going to start off unlucky with Tampa Bay in your first game, in their opening game of the season, Thursday night, getting the Super Bowl rings, that type of stuff. You guys are going to lose that game. You don't have any chance beating Tampa Bay week 1 in Tampa Bay, coming off that Super Bowl win. Then you get the Los Angeles Chargers in week 2. Now the Chargers are at home, so they're not traveling across the country anymore to play you guys. So you have to go to them. And I think the Chargers are going to win some games against these NFC East teams, and I think this is going to be one of them. I think the Chargers are going to beat the Cowboys. I like the Chargers offense, and I like the Chargers defense way better than I like the Cowboys defense. Think they're going to be a good football team next year, the Chargers, so I'm going to give them the win against the Cowboys. You guys are going to be 0-2 to start. Now, the Eagles, I'm giving you guys the win at home. Nothing has to be said there. We already went over that game when we talked about the Eagles. Then you guys have the Panthers at home. Now, this is probably going to be a shootout game because I like both offenses in this game. Carolina's defense is low-key pretty good with good corners, so they could put some good corners like J.C. Horn, Dante Jackson on guys like Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup. So that pass game for the Cowboys has to show up, or else you guys are probably going to get blown out in this one, even at home. But if that Dallas defense could contain this Carolina offense, we'll have to see what Sam Darnold's looking like. You guys will probably get the win. Right now, I'm going to pencil it in as a loss. To be completely honest, I think the Panthers are still a better football team, but that could turn into a win depending on how we look at the point in the season. You're getting the Giants at home. You're going to get the win, and then you have to go to New England. And I think New England, with the coaching that Bill Belichick can do on the Dallas Cowboys, I think you guys are going to be outmatched. You're going to get a loss there, so you're 2-4 at the bye. So after the bye, you guys are 2-4. You have 11 games to go. Still a lot of time left. And you're getting the Vikings, who I think should be solid next year. They weren't good defensively at all last year, but they did get some pass rushers, did get some guys on the defensive side of the ball to help them out a little bit. But I think you guys are a better team than the Vikings still. So I'm going to give you the win in Minnesota, make you 3-4, and you're getting Denver at home. And I think the Denver offense cannot keep up with this Cowboys offense. I think it's going to be a high-scoring one in Denver. Even with a good Denver defense, I think you guys are going to get back on track with 2 straight wins, and you're going to beat the Falcons once again. You guys had that historic comeback last year against them at home when they recovered the onside kick there in Dallas. Going to give you guys a win against them as well. That's going to make you guys 5-4. You're losing to the Chiefs. Like I said, whole division is going to lose to the Chiefs. You guys are going to beat the Raiders at home. It's going to be high-powered offense against high-powered offense, and I think your defense is going to be better than the Raiders, to be completely honest. So you're going to be 6-5. So now you guys are 6-5 with 6 games to go. If you go 3-3, you're 9-8. Maybe that's a playoff wild card. We're going to see what the schedule looks like. But you have the Saints, and you're going to New Orleans. And I've been down on New Orleans so far in this video, but you're not getting the win against them in the Superdome. I think those fans are going to be screaming their heads off. It's going to be packed out once again, the Superdome after the pandemic. They're waiting to get back in those seats in the Superdome. It's one of the hardest stadiums to play in a primetime game on a Thursday night. Even with Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill, think they're going to get the better of you. I think you're going to lose that game in New Orleans. It's going to be 6-6. You're going to split with the football team. So you're going to go 1-1 here. So I have you guys at 7-7. You're going to lose to the Giants in New York. So that's going to be 7-8. So you guys are 7-8 with 2 games to go. You have to win both games to probably get into the playoffs at 9-8, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I had you guys splitting with the Eagles already when we went over the Eagles schedule. So that's going to make you guys 7-9. And then I think I will give you the win though against the Cardinals here, because I don't think you guys are going to go 7-10. I think you're going to go 8-9. So I have the Arizona Cardinals. You guys are going to get that win. Loss against the Eagles. Overall, Cowboys 8-9. Last but not least, we are going to have the New York Giants, who I had winning the division in my last video at 9-7. And now I didn't even know they were going to have guys like Kenny Golladay, Adoree Jackson, go draft Kadarius Toney from Florida, wide receiver. I think they had a good free agency and an excellent draft as well. Have high hopes for the Giants next year. We're going to see what their schedule's looking like. Let's see if I still have them winning the division. Oh, week 1 here, I have the Giants getting the win against the Denver Broncos. I think the Giants are a better team offensively and maybe even defensively, giving them the win there. The football team, I said they're going to split with, so we're going to get the loss in Washington, start off 1-1. Now, the Falcons in New York are going to be an interesting matchup because the Atlanta Falcons, like I've been saying the entire video, have a great offense, so they could put up a ton of points just like that, even on good defenses. It's really all about getting to Matt Ryan, but I think the Giants can do that. Going to get some pressure on Matt Ryan. Going to give the Giants here the win. It's going to be 2-1 at the Superdome. Don't think we're getting the win there, so I think we're going to be 2-2. At Dallas, I have a splitting. That's 2-3. The Rams I have as one of the best teams in the league next year. Don't even think we're going to win that game at home. Going to be 2-4. You have the Carolina Panthers at home. That needs to be a must win because you're 2-4, 6 games into the season. You're fading off a little bit here from winning the division. I think you need that game desperately, and I think we're going to get it against Sam Darnold, Robbie Anderson, Christian McCaffrey, and those guys. Going to make it 3-4 at home, not beating the Chiefs, especially not in Kansas City. So at 3-5 with the Raiders coming up, and the Raiders at home, think this is a win. Think our offense could definitely hang with the Raiders offense, and our defense is like 5 times better than the Raiders defense. So we're going to go into the bye 4-5. Then we come out, get Tampa Bay. That's a loss. We get the Philadelphia Eagles at home. That's a win. Then we have the Dolphins in Miami. That's going to be a very, very tough game. I think we're going to lose that one. So with 5 games to go, the Giants are 5-7, playing for their playoff lives right now. The Chargers game right here is a must-win game. We need to win against the Chargers, even in Los Angeles, and I think the Giants are going to be able to do it. I think they're going to pull through with their playoff lives on the line at this point. If they lose here, they're probably eliminated from contention. I think they're going to get the win, go 6-7. They're going to beat the Cowboys at home, like I said, so they're going to be 7-7. They're splitting with the football team as well, so that's 8-7. They're going to lose to the Eagles, who I have them splitting with, but maybe that could become a win at some point. point. So right now they're 8-8, and this is going to be the deciding factor of the game. The division is out because the football team is 10-7. But if you want a wild card spot, maybe 9-8 could get it done. And I think they're going to beat the Bears if they have Justin Fields in, rookie quarterback. I think we're going to get the best of them there. Go 9-8 overall for the Giants. Okay, everyone, so that's going to do it for my updated NFC East predictions. We're going to have the Eagles finish in last place. Then we're going to have the Cowboys in third, the New York Giants in second place, and the Washington football team winning the division at 10-7. Maybe the Giants make the playoffs at 9-8. We will have to see. But let me know what you guys think. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Leave me your predictions down in the comments below. Let me know what you guys are thinking, what games I got right, what games I got wrong. Once again, I'm not a professional when it comes to picking these games. These are just my opinions. Things can change. These are just for fun, so don't hate me in the comments if I didn't pick your team to win the division. I'm a Giants fan, and I picked them to lose the division, so no bias in this video at all. But if you guys did enjoy the video, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. I would greatly appreciate it. But I'll see you in the next video. More predictions coming soon. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.